found my site over here. You see the waterfalls down there. Wife just dropped me off for a solo. Haven't done one in, it was like 10 years. So it's interesting. I'm gonna do 5 days, which is longer than I've also done without some trauma or some shit in my life. So yeah, just getting firewood right now. It's hard to find. The place has been scavenged, so gotta walk a little ways away, and it's all up a hill, like all downhill. So yeah, we'll get some wood. Just got some lake water. I'm gonna boil it. Look how clean it is. Can't even tell. Awesome. Set up here, little chair, and a little table, and I rebuilt the fire pit, so it's like the grill sits in there, and yeah. I'm gonna roll joint. So, got all the cooking done. Having a steak, potatoes. Yeah, it's been nice. A lot of work today. First thing I'm eating, and looking forward to sleep. Well, it's 10 o'clock, first night of my solo. It's a beautiful night. Just watching the fire die down. Just had a nighttime tea. And yeah, I'm just calling it a night. See how I sleep. It's getting pretty cold. It's got to be around 5, 6, 7 degrees. That light's bright. Good night. Woke up at 2:20. I'm not sleeping the greatest. Just the tent's not big enough for me. I'm 6'2", and this tent's only about, I don't know, like 6. So it's like 2 inches of my legs. Can't stretch. But it got really cold. It's 2 degrees now. Going down to 1 here. Started up a fire again because I woke up like pretty cold. I'm not sure if the new sleeping bag I got is making me sweat a little bit. Felt like I had a bit of a sweat, which wasn't helping. It was like I'd feel cold, and then I'd wake up, and then I'd be okay, but then I'd fall back asleep and wake up and feel cold. So finally decided to get up, start up another fire, get my core heat back up. Don't have a lot of wood left though, and it's gonna go down to 1 degree in the next 2 hours. So I may end up going on a moon hunt for wood. Get a big rager going or something just to beat the cold. We'll see. Well, I went out and spent a half hour, collected some wood. It's easier to see it at night, oddly, because when you look up, you just see the skeletons of the tree, right? So I actually was able to find a bunch of hardwood just not far from here, where yesterday I couldn't see it at all. I was just pulling down or finding dead pine, laying dead pine. So yeah, I have a fire started up again and a bunch of wood stockpiled. I might even get more. I worked up a sweat, so I can see I'm in my t-shirt now. But that's a lot better than sweating in a layer of clothes. I got the clothes I was wearing sitting on a rock. Just keep folding it different. And it's drying it out. You can see it steaming away there. So, yeah, I'll warm right up at this fire and then I guess try and get some more sleep. I don't mind this though, you know. Full moon nights, you might as well stay up sometimes. It's beautiful. Sleep the day. I might do that. We'll see. Morning. Just woke up at 7 a.m. So I guess I fell back asleep at around 4. About 3 more hours. So it was like a good 6, 7 hours last night. It's a beautiful misty morning on the river. And 1 degree. So I'm going to get this fire going again because it does not last long, obviously, with logs that are only 2 inches thick. But I'm going to text my beautiful wife and say good morning, and then start a fire and make something warm to drink. All the wood's kind of, I guess there was a lot of frost, and everything's kind of icy. Weather says it feels like -1. Well, that's if you haven't slept outside all night. It feels like -10 right now. This fire's gonna feel good though. I'll just make some scrambled eggs for breakfast here. Real simple. Just scrambled them already in there. Pepper. Salt. Well, it's the end of day 2, almost. Getting right around to supper time. I walked 4.5 hours today with all my gear to get to McCrea Lake, because there's no fish I found out on McDonald Lake where I was before. So it was an 1.5 hour hike here, and I had to make 2 trips with about 40 pounds on me each time. So it was an 1.5 hours here, an 1.5 hours back to the other side, an 1.5 hours back again. And I finally, there's a nice thing of this site is it's quiet. There's no rapids, no traffic. Rapids was nice, but you couldn't hear anything else. So here I can hear the birds and everything else. And it's a hardwood forest. It's all maple and ironwood, and there's the odd birch, and there's oak, but there's no pine. And so there's a few, but nothing much. Like where I was all pine. So my hands last night were just like, it was like I was playing in the honey. So I think I'm gonna enjoy this a lot more. I mean, I did enjoy seeing the rapids and stuff, but here, as you can see, I have my own bay. No one else here. And I have a little beach too. Probably go swimming tomorrow. I'm feeling pretty grimy. But I'm gonna have a tea and then probably start dinner. It's been 2 very, very hard days for me that I'm not used to. Hiking half the day with like close to 75 pounds or so on me, and then collecting wood just in time to cook dinner and go to bed. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow, find some live bait, do some fishing, and just hunker down kind of thing for the next few days, I guess. Had some leftover steak still from last night, and Jesse bought me a package of wild rice and mushroom rice stuff. Added a bit too much water, but might just eat it as soup. Oh, I'm hungry though. It's the first thing. Well, no, I had a few eggs this morning, and that's it. Maybe a half a bottle of water and a tea. Really going on the minimal here. I only have like enough food for one person probably in 2 days. I'm gonna make it last for 5, even though I'm hiking like crazy and whatever. Well, this is almost done. So I finished my dinner. It was so good. I usually don't like packaged food, but after all the hard work today, I didn't feel like making anything. I didn't have much to make anyway, so just on a little walk back. What's this? Ha, no way. Look at this. Looks like someone else has an idea. It's like a ski sled made out of a skid or something. Funny because me and the wife have been talking about getting out of town, basically. Things are getting too expensive. I've kind of lived most of my life. I'm always come back to town, but my soul, my heart, everything is out in the bush. This trail looks like it might be a dead end. Maybe it goes this way. Nope. Yeah, a lot of trails up here, they just end. I don't understand that, but I probably don't know it well enough. If you come here all the time, you probably know this trail leads over here, and then you wander off somewhere, wherever, and it takes you to another site or something. Just kind of one of our ideas. The law in Canada, Ontario anyway, on Crown land, you can only stay for 21 days, and you have to move 100 meters or something. And I know I can do it. don't understand what the whole thing with money is. I think a lot of people are just brainwashed from the start, domesticated, brainwashed. They don't even know what it's like to be a natural living thing, like a squirrel or a beaver. Those people look at those things and say, oh, they're not conscious, they don't have emotions, they just do animal things. Well, you're wrong. They play, and they play all day pretty much if they're not looking for food and, not being hunted. They do what you would do if you weren't stuck in the mindset that you're going to be successful somehow with money. What is that? It's all, to me, like if I look at it, whether you drink alcohol, you do drugs, you save money for retirement, it's all the same thing. You're looking for a numbness. You're trying not to experience this life you're given, this huge world and nature all around you. And what do? You stare at TV most of the day? Or at night, every night? I don't think anything's good or evil, really. But, okay, back at my site. But it's better to be balanced. It's, not, I don't know how to say it, not get stuck in the polarity. I think a lot of people understand that, sort of a Zen Tao thing. If everybody left and went in the woods, we would only start really wrecking it for the animals, because not enough people understand how to be out here. Even when I come here and I camp, it's like, I don't know if you can see that over there. Like, I knocked that down, that was dead. And I knocked that down right there, the birch. And I got these nice big logs out of it, and I got lots more. And whoever was here before cut down, I put about 3 trees over there, all fresh, that they were trying to burn. Like, if you think that fresh wood would burn, we would have forest fires everywhere. It takes enough dead wood for that stuff to happen, because naturally, of course, wet wood doesn't burn very good unless you have it hot enough, and then the heat just has to dry it out. But these are the things, like simple things like that. Garbage everywhere. There's garbage all along the shore. I already picked a lot of it up. There's still like anything in front of me I did. That pan was left here, but thank you for that. Full of grease, and I don't have soap, so it's fun to clean. I'm going to have to boil water in it, I guess. But yeah, they leave garbage, cut down fresh trees. They'd have a better time out here if they knew what to do. But I don't know. I don't really have a point to any of this, I guess. I seen that sleigh, that's what it was, and I thought I'd talk about it, I guess, that, other people, and a lot of people have done it for hundreds of years, and thousands of years ago, that's all we did. We've done this longer than we've ever done the city life or the town life. People just don't know, like, they don't study history, they don't study it, like actually study it. They listen to what they're told about it. They don't study, they don't study it in a way of like seeing what is real and what isn't. Obviously, what's real is now, and anything now existing. Religion, politics, it's just a concept made up by humans and bought by humans. Give up all that, and you don't need money. Everything in nature. These trees all these trees, they're all free. Once upon a time, I would get my friends together and we would cut down a bunch of trees to build my friend a house. And then he would help me build a barn or something, or whatever we needed. We didn't charge each other. We helped each other. And everything is free. The minute you want it for yourself, what for? You're no different than the squirrel or the beaver in nature, except that you have completely lost your way. And so is most of mankind. And it can't last. It's not possible. The source of all our energy comes from nature, and you can't put a price on it, and we are. And, people like me that are very connected to nature, listen to it. The disrespect of mankind is unbelievable. The lost tribe of humanity. Anyway, hopefully you're finding your way, and not getting sucked into the pharmaceutical retirement success plan where you basically just die in a bed somewhere. Ooh, we made it. Hey? Should have got out here more. Actually lived. I'm sure a lot of you do. And, I'm sure I'm not talking to blindly. I bet you a lot of people feel the way I do too. Anyway, it's getting late. I'm gonna make a bedtime tea, and it's still a while before it's dark, but I'm curious to see the stars here. It's just, look at this again. Now that is a fire. Nice standing dead birch. Some of it's like a punky fat wood. You got the birch bark, and they're like 6-8 inch logs. I have 4 of them in there. Ooh, it's hot. Look at that. Look at the size of my pot. It's a big pot. Nice and warm tonight. Unless there was a toad just under the sand there. I dropped my joint and was poking around, and the thing crawled out of the ground. I was like, whoa, freaking right out for a second. Yeah, it's gonna get too hot there, I think. It's a nice hot fire. There's coals in there. I can barely, it's nice and hot. Well, it's the end of day 2. I'm very tired. I stayed up a little later, enjoyed the stars and stuff. And now I'm half in my sleeping bag getting warmed up because it is really cold. It's got to be 1-2 degrees out right now. So, looking forward to a sleep though. I'm extremely exhausted. 4.5 hours walking, then collecting wood again. So, and walking with like 40-50 pounds on my back. So, it's a good day though. Pushed myself and still got it, I guess. All right. Well, it's good night for me. Well, I woke up again on night 2 at 2:15, 5 minutes before I did yesterday. And just had to go pee, but I'm sleeping so good. I'm like half asleep. And just get the fire going again and warm up. Just coming out to go pee. It's got to be -1 or something out here. You get really cold. So I woke up at 2 or something and laid there. Didn't want to get up. I was like, no, don't have to pee. Then you get so cold again. But got a nice fire going. I got that birch logs. They just go right up. So it's nice and warm. So I'm going to get warmed up Well, it's 2:30 now. Got this really going good. 3 big logs in there. Should go until morning. And it get nice and toasty. So, back to bed for me. Good morning. It's 7 a.m. I just got the fire going really good. And I feel great. Before I went back to bed last night, I was almost ready to eat something again because my legs were so sore. I felt I had no energy, and then still, I'm gonna eat more today. Now I've found my spot and I'm done all the hard work basically. Other than get more wood, but I can, rest a little more. So I'm gonna eat a little better today. Maybe even get rid of most of my food or something. I really don't need it. I wanted to get out here and kind of do a fast, unless I catch fish. That's what I like doing out here. So, yeah, I'm gonna have a tea and go find some worms maybe. Wash my face, I guess. 11 o'clock, finally getting hungry. And I'm gonna cook up some eggs, and I'm also gonna charge my BioLite, which I've used to charge my charger pack, which I use to charge my phone, so I can keep recording and documenting my 5-day solo. So the wife, how did I find it here? The wife bought me this fun contraption here. Has this fan built in, battery charger, and then it has this thermal wand that transfers heat from the fire into electricity. Bit of the magic of technology, I guess. And the only time I like technology at all is when I can take advantage of it this way. So I can just create power by starting a fire. And because it has a built-in fan and a battery, tends to work quite good. But you know what? I think I don't need the fan out just yet. Trying to do this with one hand. See if I can master this on the first attempt. It's birch bark, that's for sure. We'll go off if so it's got gear or it's got higher and higher settings, so once this thing gets going it goes like crazy. Oops. And a big pile of little sticks for it. Helps to obviously have some poles in there first. And we'll see here there's one red light, which means that's how hot the wand is. And that's not enough to charge the battery. It's got to pretty much get up full. But it doesn't take much once it starts. Lights, and you start to see the battery start blinking, showing it's charging up. It's got one more setting, I don't know if it really gets it. Start like a tornado fire once it really gets going. Now you can see here, I lowered the fan, I almost got the thermostat full, and added 2 more bars to the battery. It's only been 5 minutes since I was last on video. I love this thing. It's my favorite thing for camping I've ever had, I think. Like a gadget guy, everything has to have like 2 functions, or if that makes sense. Like a hammer hits and pulls. Yeah. Everything has to have 2 functions. Be a tool, and then it works well. Very well. Anyway. It's a nice day again. Got nice clouds. Got a nice big pot of tea. I'm almost out of drinking water that I brought, so it's just all lake water now. Oh, I'm gonna fire more wood in here. I'm not full on the temperature now, because there's some good coals in there. So I'm keeping it fed. The thing gets hungry. Little sticks in there. Yep, there she goes. Like a jet engine when it's rolling. Fun with it, of course, because they're upright. It's good to wiggle a little bit. No pun intended. You see, we lost our temperature because I lowered the fan. I'm still learning how to use this, but I'm getting better at it. Gonna go for a hike after this, have some eggs, and go for a hike. The end of, where are we? Day 3. Did some fishing today, no luck. Couldn't find any worms, it was too cold, I think, for them to come up high enough. It started raining, it's supposed to rain all night, so got the fly up over the tent there. Having some pork and beans, or no, it's some pork and beans, this is chili style. Pretty much tastes like chili. I'm hardly ready for the rain, but got everything in the tent I needed, and in case it rains all night, I'm just in the middle of making like little tiny logs for this thing, because I figured out it works the best. So that's what I'm in the middle of. That way, if it rains all night and tomorrow, I can still get warm if I need to, and maybe, well, the only thing I have left to cook is potatoes. So I don't catch any fish. I'll have a bit of canned fish. That's about it. 2 more days to go. So the rain is invigorating, makes you run around and get ready. You hate it and you love it. It's something I love about being out here, that I guess most people run from. That's just the cause for stimulation. You don't have a choice. You know, if something comes at you in the wild, or the rain comes and you're not ready, like, it gets real serious, especially this time of year. And as it fall rain right before nightfall, and then it drops down really cold, it could be dangerous for some people, especially if you're far enough away like me and you can't really get reception. So I have to do everything I can right now to make sure, in case it doesn't stop raining, I can still get warm somehow, because I'm on a beach, luckily, so most of the rain will just, sink in the sand. Jesus. And, yeah. Was cooking up another potato. Figured I'll eat more tonight. I had a can of tuna, a can of beans, the rest of my steak, and now a potato. I was too dehydrated to eat yesterday. So, yeah. Cloudy. 75% chance of rain tonight till 5 a.m. or something. So it'll be a good sleep anyway. And I'll get enough of those little timbers made that if I am cold, I could actually warm right up. But my sleeping bag's good. Like, it's been the other way around. I'm overdressed when I get in it. Anyway, I'm gonna keep eating my dinner. See how this goes. Well, the end of day 3. Rain stopped just now. Well, like a half hour ago. I was still wet from preparing. The rain just came out of nowhere. I kind of felt like it was going to come, so I texted my wife, and she said that the forecast said 10% chance tonight with a 50 to 75% chance sometime in the morning. So it started right away, though, and I kind of got wet getting all my stuff out of the rain. And then, of course, ran out of tent spray on my newer tarp for the tent. So all kinds of things that, whatever. It must have been done already from the factory because it was pinning, or whatever you call that with the water, was just falling off of it. But I got a burnt potato out of all of it because I forgot it in the fire when I ran in the tent when it really started pouring. So came out to it and was like, "That's not done yet. Doesn't make sense." Well, no, it was actually like charred. So 1 potato down, 2 to go, and 2 more days. Today I played with that rocket stove most of the day, trying to figure it out. Sometimes I get it going so good, you watch the battery charge up like, every 5 minutes it gets a bar. And then other times it seems like an hour to get one. So different materials you burn, what sizes they are, changes everything. And that stove is just weird. But got a little more wood on the fire, some long lengths, so that they'll burn and I can add to them later. And a couple logs under birch bark, keep them dry. And I got my rocket stove under the tarp of the tent. So I can, if it rains all day tomorrow, I got a pile of wood right there and I can run it too. Stay warm. It actually pumps off a lot of heat, like with the tent door open, just 3-4 feet away from the tent, it'll still warm the inside of the tent. So not much to worry about. Just enjoy the night now. Can't see any stars, so it's very dark. And that's kind of nice too. It's always quieter the darker it is. Anyway, that's a day 3 wrap. I'm going to hit the sack now. And probably have an even better sleep. Every night I sleep outside, it gets better and better. Something about your mind or whatever's got to adjust, and then as it does, it's sort of like, it's happy. Fresh air all day, or all night, and all day. Starts to really change things. Instincts awake. There's all kinds of stuff that happens. Good time. So, good night, and we'll see you probably in the middle of the night or the morning. So, day 4. Interesting story from night 3. My batteries were dying, so I didn't get to document anything. There was 4 guys showed up at my camp at midnight with flashlights and being loud. And I was just falling asleep. I could see their lights up in the trees all over here and hear their voices. Kind of woke me up at 11:30ish, I guess. And then sort of started passing out. And in my mind, I thought, you really don't know who they are. So that got going in my head, basically, and laid there for a little while longer. And then I thought, you got to listen to your instincts. So even if you're wrong, better to be safe than sorry, right? Just laying in a tent, you don't know who's out here. They sounded like, they were on tripping or drunk. So I put on my black pants, my black shirt, my black hat, grabbed my my little safety kit here. It's like one of these. It's got I don't know if you can see it there. It's got fish hooks, fish line, sewing needles, sewing line, some first aid stuff, in case you're unable to get back to your stuff. So I grabbed that, my fishing fillet knife, and then I but they were literally, by the time I was getting ready, I was kind of sitting in the tent thinking, like, am I just going crazy, or should I, really be ready? So anyway, I was sitting right here, and then I basically scuttled all the way over there to those rocks, and just sat there, and they just came down with their flashlights. They were partying, I guess, walking. They ended up going all the way along here somewhere. Midnight walk, I would do that too if I was that age. I don't even know how old they were. They sound a little younger, 20s or so. College kids probably. Anyway, that got me up till midnight or something, totally, invigorated again. And then fell back asleep. Had a good sleep though. Woke up once just to go pee and crawled right back into bed. Didn't feel like stoking the fire up. It was a little warmer last night. So, but today we've more rain, and I guess it's must be sort of like a northerly wind, northerly wind. So anyway, I've been working over here getting wood ready. The little rocket stove actually warmed my tent up last night out here, so I've kind of jimmy rigged up the whole thing so that it's nice and waterproof, and added one of these here so I can dry stuff over top or hang some food if I ever had it. Anyway, so it's middle of the day, just after, and battery's finally charged up, and just been having fun collecting wood and getting ready to, I think I'm going to find a couple of nice pieces of cedar or something, maybe carve something. I always liked carving cedar. I forgot all about that until I held it in my hand, and I was like, cedar. Oh, there's something about cedar for me. I don't know what it is, but anyway, yeah. So day 4, still here. Well, what do I have left? I have a burnt potato, 2 good potatoes to go, 3 cans of tuna. Finished my eggs off this morning, thought I'd eat them all, whatever I had left. So, not much food, but that's okay. Food is a distraction sometimes. Well, it's rounding down to supper time on day 4. I think I'll have me a baked potato and a can of tuna or something. It's those little cans of tuna and olive oil, that's what I like. Well, the wind was coming in strong, so I've been, going total friggin' native. I don't know what I'd call it. I go native, that's what I say, but people would take offense to it. To me, it's native to the land, and people go, word, broken glass talking. But, yeah. It's a wind block, and it works great. No wind on this fire. It's starting to feel cozy too. I can hang stuff, clothes, meat. Yeah. Gonna make some peppermint tea and then start dinner. Also been going, let's say tribal. How about that? That's a better way to put it. Over here, trying the different, ways to prop up sticks and stuff. Stuff I actually learned mostly playing a video game, Green Hell. Not that I didn't have the experience already, but there's a lot of cool ideas in that game that actually work. Just needed to do it, and now I know it. But yeah, it's been an off and on day. Like, it's been really nice actually, but cloudy, but warmer than when it was clear sky. Had like 3 visitors today. Oddly enough, I recognize all of them. Like the main guy I talked to from a group, and then the whole family that showed up, I recognized all of them. But they acted like, I don't know, they acted like weird. So maybe they didn't recognize me. So they sat here though for like a half hour and talked to me about my setup because they thought it was really neat. But yeah, really feeling grounded, and I'm just playing out here, really, you know. I love doing all this stuff. I've started a trail up here. Tried to, I went all the way up this hill and tried to get a better signal here, but didn't work. What I did find up here, though, which has been the supply of my wood all day and will be all night, is a massive, I don't know if it's a white pine or, you see the needles, but it's just huge. And when I got here, the wind had knocked down, how pine branches kind of dry up near the lower, it's like a palm tree. It grows branches all the way up, but they dry out and fall off as the tree gets bigger. So, yeah. I love huge trees. And, like I said, cedar trees. They're just the way they grow, Twisted, and they kind of make cool areas too. Like this, wish there was more cedars around here, but there's one down here. Oh, mushroom. And if I was a little rodent or something right here, I'd make myself a little home right there. Look at this thing. It's like hugging the ground. Oh, it's just a leaf and a stick. I'm just pissing off someone's home there. Yeah, anyway, ranting on about things I like cedar trees. Like them more than I should, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, actually. I like all trees, but there's something about cedar trees. Not much good for carving or anything. I've tried to before. It's too soft for most things. Other than ornaments, but still nice to work with, the color and everything, the smell. Just love it. Anyway, I think my tea is ready, and fuck. She's boiling hard. Take that off. And then I'm gonna have peppermint tea. Make a big pot of it, because I don't really have any water other than the lake, so make sure it's pretty clean. I'm at the end of a bay, which isn't the cleanest, but this time of year it's nice, and it's lost a lot of its heat, so there's not a lot of things in it anymore. And I made over here, I never stopped making stuff. I just made all the landscaping experience comes in handy. I just threw 2 logs in here and then started putting rocks against them. Creates a crib if you want. Well, you could do just rocks too, but I like the log look. And then the water here was pretty clean. There's nothing really growing in the water at all, like over there where the beach is. There's other things. Here is just looks like sand. So I have a method too. Anyway, I'm gonna have some peppermint tea and start my dinner. And looking forward to actually tonight so much more than every night. It's just, you make your own space when you're out here, and the more you do it, on Crown land by law, I can only stay here 22 days, but I tell you, by 22 days, it'd be quite the dismantling, because I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to leave anything either. You're not supposed to. And if, someone knew you were doing it, they'd probably watch out for you a little more, which they're probably going to be watching out for me come soon enough. But I don't plan on staying at McCrea. Obviously, I'm going to go far further north. I have a dream to actually go from Hudson Bay west as far as I can go. I want to do like, I don't know, 3-year trip or something. Bring nothing with me. Just hunting, fishing, and document it. I don't know anyone else that's really done. I don't know many people lately have done anything like that. I've watched movies on people that have done it like long ago. And I know hunters go up, but they do 2 weeks or something, come back. I want to really go out there and see how it feels to go. Like, I push myself way too far, and it's still not enough. And I think I need to go really far away from people to find my limit, or whatever you want to call that. Something will break me eventually, I guess. Not that I want that, but it don't seem that, the more I'm out here, the more, like, if you looked at my hands, and I'm just, I get torn apart, and don't even, means nothing to me. I don't feel it at all. My body has to deal with it for sure, but my spirit is free of it. So, I'm more in the spirit right now, and the body's just got to keep up. Improved the camp a little bit, made a wind shelter. There was a strong west. I don't know what wind it was. I keep thinking west, but it wasn't west. It's headed north. It was warmer, like south wind. But, yeah, created like a regular kind of bush barrier. It's probably too dark maybe to see it, but no. The wind, of course, died, but if the rain comes back, it'll definitely come from the west, same way I did the extra fly down over there, so that, I have my twigs, mini sticks, and bigger sticks for this thing later. And the wind won't stop me or the rain if that happens. And yeah, and we built this cooking, drying rack, whatever you may need to do with it. I have my socks on there. And heating up 2 potatoes I burnt now. This fire's too hot, apparently. That pine that I grabbed, it's a big one way over there. I don't even know if you can see it from here. No, it's a big one though. But gave me lots and lots and lots of free wood. I still have more up there that I've lined the trail kind of with, that I can just bring down if I need. But I'm about to finally eat. This is just 2 mashed potatoes with butter and salt, which is going to taste amazing. My stomach is growling like crazy. Did a lot of work today, and let myself go a bit. Just had a bunch of people just show up. It was hilarious because they're like, wow, you really have a nice setup here. I think they felt like they were walking into, St. Marie or something. But that's how I like it. I just every day will keep, there's so much more I want to do here. make this a better place, if more enjoyable. Just, you know, this rock bench was here when I got here, and it's not too bad, but I'm a stonemason as well as many other things, and I started shelving the top of this pit. You know, I found that rock and that flat rock and leveled them. So, and that one, but I'm not gonna do too much more. Only here one more day. Tomorrow I might focus more on fishing. Really wanted to catch a fish. I think I have to walk way over to the point over there. I hear the odd fish jumping here, but that's it. And it is very shallow, like snag almost. You know, I've been testing it with the bobber, so I'm gonna have my mashed potatoes now and enjoy this evening very, very much. It's the end of day 4, I guess. Starting to lose track. I have my phone off most times. I just turn it on to record a video. That's about it right now. And the battery's almost dead again, so it's just about that time. I'm gonna go to bed. Had my potatoes and a can of tuna. Feel amazing. Crickets are loud. Stars are back out. Did all this work for nothing but the good of the feeling, I guess. Anyway, good night. Morning, day 5, 7 a.m. I feel amazing. Got a nice fire going, some tea on. It's a beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. Water is misty and calm. All I have for breakfast is a potato. If I ate breakfast, I don't think so today. But tea is on. Let me get the rocket stove going. Gotta charge the phone. It's almost dead again. And see what today brings. One more day. And tomorrow, my beautiful wife Jessie is gonna come join me for the day. We're gonna have a Thanksgiving dinner down here. And hike on back and make our next plan. So, feel very different today. Don't want to leave tomorrow. Well, day 5, I'm going to see my wife tomorrow for Thanksgiving, so I need to get home. Not the nicest, but that was close. cold, but refreshing. Made a nice fire to sit by. I got a towel I found here, cleaned it up a bit, just for my feet, to dry my feet off and wash them. As soon as you walk anywhere here, you get ash foot, just black. If you're wet, it won't come off. Unless you wash them again, and then you walk back in bare feet and you get it again. So you gotta have a way to, I had to put socks on last night with wet feet and stand here so they dry. But anyway, that was a really nice swim. I feel amazing. Kind of wish I would have done it the first day just as something to do instead of waiting till I felt disgusting. But I can see all my scratches and scars and shit now. Oh, I'm gonna sit by the fire and dry up. And then all I have for dinner is a little can of tuna and a little can of sardines. I might just save one of them for the morning because it's still a long hike, and I gotta hike back again with Thanksgiving dinner to have out here, which I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, I'm gonna sit down here and relax for a bit. So I figured out how to use this bio stove like really good. I cut logs, little logs. No, they're sticks, but into little logs. Hello, Chippy. And then had these tweezers in my tackle box, so I can easily. It's probably too bright for the phone, which is super hot, like inferno. The hotter it is, the faster it charges. But the noise is a little bit annoying. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just what I call burning it out, because you get so much coal in it that on low that eventually the sticks won't even fit. So I do this, gets this up full, and then you just turn it back down, and then I get the highest charge with the heat being full blast and low fan. And then I just need to put 2 of these in probably every, 3 minutes, which might seem annoying to some, but keeps you on your toes. And massive fire here, drying out all our swimming and other stuff. Night 5. And feeling really at home here. But more so than at home, which is a story to tell another day, I'm sure. Yeah, I love it. I'm losing nothing to say. Just let me go. No. Have a great sleep tonight. I can't wait to get to see Jessie tomorrow and she couldn't find turkey thighs, so we're just gonna have chicken thighs, stuffing, and probably green beans or something out here. Have a flat rock here to cook, a flat rock here to cook, and a flat rock here to cook. And yeah, we got our bench, and it's just set up really well. I wish I could work on things more. I got my own little, what do you call that? Smokehouse. Anyway, I'm in the middle of charging the BioLite to charge the phone, because it's the only thing I have to keep recording these. I'm gonna have to try and hit BioLite up for a sponsorship, maybe, for what I plan on doing or what I want to do. Anyway, I still haven't eaten. I don't feel that hungry. I just finished doing 2 months almost of 5-day fast to 2-day eating, 5-day fast, 2-day eating. Sometimes broke it apart, 4 days eating, and then 7 or 8 days fast or whatever. But I don't know what it is, but I just don't need to eat that much. Might be just for being a little overweight, but as carbs in general, I don't know. It's the funny thing is with meat, I can almost eat meat once or twice a week and be good all week. I think that's what my ancestors must have done, because vegetables slow me down, make me feel like crap. They literally make your shit worse. So, you go full carnivore, I've had nothing but always benefits from it. I don't know that much about all of it, but I'm trying to learn it as much as I can, and my body just feels so much better if I just eat meat, and especially if it's wild. So, just the wild man in me, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I only have a can of sardines and a can of tuna. Whether I eat it or not, we don't know. But I'm going to kick a fire off soon, a bigger one, and it's my last night here, so play this little flute that my mom got me a long time ago. I never really played it, so I'm not that good at it, but give it a shot and I'll learn. It only has, it seems like, 3 notes, so you have to be creative or just very calm, I've found. When I try and complexify it, it just sounds awful, but when you try and just simplify it and, kind of feel nature, it only sometimes has 2 tones. You just need to time it right. Last night here, staying up a little later, having a bit of a fire and herbal tea. Stars are beautiful, smoke's in my face, and you probably can't see me if I'm not at the fire, so give me a moment. Stars are beautiful tonight, finally. Get to see what I would call the deep field. I don't know if you call it that, that's what I've always called it. You can see the stars that are far beyond the typical stars you would see, which you only see when you're far from the lights of town and so forth. And the moon has to be away. Looks like it might, it doesn't look like it might come out at all, or not to my view. You usually see it on the tops of the trees on the other side of the bay, but it's been quite a trip, 5 days. I haven't done this in, I can't remember. It's been a very, very, very long time. I'm 49, and when I was only 15, I was told I had to leave home. So I grabbed my skateboard and my camping gear, I guess, or I got my camping gear later, or I got camping gear on my own. I can't remember. I remember walking bare feet for a long time because I didn't have shoes. It was a crazy time. It's funny when people call a crazy hippie or something, and I was only 15 and I didn't know really any better other than that was the best I could do and you weren't going to stop me, kind of thing. I didn't care. I would just keep going. I had many things in my life break me over and over as the fire dims. But I can fix that. And now I met somebody who've been together for 9 years, and she's changed my life, from wherever it was going and everything. She's given me the space and just the love and just feel like anyone's ever cared about me like she does. I love her with all my heart. And I can't wait to see her tomorrow. Wish she was here, but it's not, she wants to be, and things take time, and you need to learn enough about stuff to feel comfortable here for sure. Being only 15 and walking around in the woods alone back then, I was thinking about today, I used to go with just my lighter and put my hand behind it as a shield or a reflector and then walk through the forest with just a lighter. And I didn't have flashlight then, I didn't have anything. I had my backpack for school and a sleeping bag, and I got used to even sleeping in the sleeping bag without a tent. Enjoyed it more. Sleep right next to the fire. Fall asleep, and you wake up cold, just throw some more wood on. Everyone else would always say, but what about the bugs? Are you worried about spiders and whatnot? No, I've never had a problem like that. I'm pretty sure they're either happy to share the space or more worried about me than the other way around. I had a chipmunk today come up close and walked up onto one of my logs here. I pulled out of the bush and sat there for a minute looking at me, and then I heard another one tonight after I played my flute horribly for a little while. It was in the bush rummaging around though afterwards, like as if it must have heard it and was like, what the heck is going on out here? Anyway, what a nice trip. 5-day solo, and I've run into maybe a dozen people out here, all nice and courteous or kind, just hikers and some other campers looking for a site. And a skidoo trail does come right down beside this site, and a lot of people take the campsite trail instead, thinking that it's part of the trail, and then end up here going, okay, this is the wrong way. So I direct them back the other way and where to go. It is complicated. There's trails everywhere. I've been slowly scouting everything around me, from the portage and then all over here. And if I would have spent more time hiking around here, which I probably will do, or we'll see. I'll know the whole area, every little square bit, inch. That's what happens. I like, taking in all kinds of new information, and then you need to take more in, so you gotta go further away. And before you know it, I just landmark everything. So I have my own kind of, I know where everything is and what it is, and, So what, right? That's my skill. Anyway, I've had my 2 cans of fish, and I am eager to see Jesse tomorrow morning, so I'm going to hit the sack, even though it's so beautiful out. I don't get to see the stars like this, and I can't even remember the last time I seen them like this. It had to be 20-something years ago, because I just haven't even thought about it much. So, anyway, good night, and see you tomorrow. Good morning. Day 6 out here. Had a good sleep, like really solid sleep, but so excited to see my wife, my lover, that I can't sleep anymore. I laid in bed here for about an hour just thinking about today. And I don't like doing that. I'd rather just experience it. It's like creating anticipation and expectations, and there are none. I was like, I'm going to get all kinds of wood ready so she can just come and relax and be impressed with the site. And I was like, no, we will get the wood together because you need to experience those things. So I don't know what to do with myself. I know I got to break down the site a little bit. I don't want to carry everything back twice. I'm going to meet her at 10 o'clock at the parking lot, so it's an hour and a half away. And I'm going to bring like half my gear with me that I won't need today and drop it off and grab all the food into my backpack and bring it back an hour and a half and then hang out with her here until, we have just enough time maybe, or we're done with it. Eat, adventure, fire, with the person I love very much, and being in this environment, there's an emotion to it where I'm just, it's like a child thing, like, feel like it's my birthday today, and I don't know, just, sometimes there's no words for those things, right? Just happy, excited. It's 7 in the morning and I'm going to get up, I guess, and just start a fire and start cleaning some things up. And I have to leave at least 8:30 just to make it there. So on time. And hopefully there is a parking space, because this has happened to us before. And if there isn't, well, I'll have to either come back and get the rest of my stuff or leave it. I'm going to leave everything here that I don't really need anymore. I've had this tent since I biked across Canada when I was like 24, and I'm 49, so I've had it for 25 years almost, and I don't really need it anymore. It's still lasting though. I just have to say it's kind of incredible how long it has lasted. But I would prefer a newer one. It is outdated. The zippers all get stuck. It doesn't have the right pockets. It's got no hanger in the middle here. I have to hang the light from a zipper. But I make do. And I figured out that, if I lay from point to point, I almost have, I guess it must be 6 foot, maybe almost 7 feet, because I can stretch my toes out as long as I push my head into the corner of the tent. So that's made it a lot better for sleeping. It's close to 8:30. It's close to time to go. I'm just having my morning smoke and tea. And it's another glorious day on McCrea. Jesse's going to be leaving at around 9. Grab me some worms. More papers. I have 1 paper left. That's it. Whatever. But we will head off on a hike. I imagine this is an hour and a half hike. I'd probably do it in a half hour. 1.5 hours for your layman or whatever, your average person. I move through the bush like most people would be scared. I think I can really go, especially with my hiking steel toe boots. Their hooves, I just push and just push. I don't have any fear either. I stumble and freaking even believe sometimes, but I never fall. I just keep going. Too many falls in my life. Doesn't waste time with that anymore. But yes, it's day 6. It's a beautiful day, and we'll head off on our hike. Well, I got most of my gear here, just leaving the tent and the cooking stuff. Hiking back. I'm late. I should have left at 8:30. It's supposed to be an hour and a half hike, and it's 9:10. So we'll see how fast I can go, I guess. She's in the car, so she has to wait for me a few minutes. It won't kill her. Anyway, blazing a trail. Me and the wife made it back to camp. We got a nice fire going there, and she brought me a Caesar. That's nice. And we got all kinds of food for Thanksgiving. So we're gonna have that. We're gonna cook that up, and really gonna enjoy today together. I think. Haven't seen each other. This is the first time in 9 years we've been together we've ever been apart this long. We've really never been apart more than one night.
Nope.
And that was only one night out of the whole 9 years. That's how good we get along. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy being with her. It's been too long, and probably check back in for a little ender on my way out. But for now, it's time to have fun. Middle of cooking our Thanksgiving dinner. Jesse's got the stovetop dressing and baked potatoes. We got chicken on the oven grill I kind of made here. It's working great. And what else do we have? Oh, green beans. It's around 4:20. We got to get eating and get out of here because it's going to get dark soon. So I pretty much packed everything up. It's the end of my day 6 out here. It's a nice thing, 6 days out here. 7 would be even better. Look at it. That's how you do chicken over a fire.
I can't believe how moist it is. It cooked really good. And crispy outside.
How's it taste?
So good. The fire smoke is really good in it.
Well, this is too much of a special time to record, so I'm just going to shoot a quick shot of my plate and how good this meal looks out here in the McCrea Lake area. Happy Thanksgiving. We had our dinner, standing here on the cliffs at McCrea, headed back to our car. It was an amazing trip. I have to say, this is a beautiful place to visit. I very much have missed it, and I'm glad I returned. Till my next adventure.